Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Today, I am doing a reading video for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. I do channel these collective readings and energy updates on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They are premiered live on the channel at those times, so I do recommend stopping by here on those days and times if you would like to receive a message. Of course, though, whenever you are attracted to this video, whenever this video rather is attracted into your life, I don't believe in coincidences or accidents in the universe. So more than likely there is some kind of message here for you. Now be sure to only take from these readings what resonates with your own intuition and to leave the rest. The first card we have here is Water Your Garden. I heard a name with a K, potentially the name Katie or the letters K-A-T. For someone, these could be letter initials, but do keep in mind that when I channel these very specific details, they are typically just special touches in the reading for certain individuals. So don't worry if those details don't connect with you. They are most likely just details meant for someone else, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the message itself won't connect. With this card, I'm getting something about your physical body and your spirit guides, the divine forces you connect with, inspiring you to reconnect with your physicality in some kind of way or to nourish your physical body in some way. Now, of course, what this looks like will be different to everyone and unique to what your body might need at this time. But I'm hearing to pay attention, especially if you feel inspired to some kind of action around your body, some kind of care around your body, first thing in the morning, especially because at these times, late at night and also in the morning, our subconscious mind is more wide open and impressionable, so it's easier for our spirit guides to get through to us with messages around these times. The next card I have here is Friendship in the reverse position. So I feel that I may be picking up on someone here who has a small inner circle of people in their life, or doesn't really feel as though they have a lot of people that they would consider to be friends. You might be someone who I'm hearing who gets along with everyone and yet feels pretty lonely along this spiritual path or journey. And I'm hearing someone's guides here say, in these times where you feel lonely, know that these are beautiful times to really reconnect with yourself, to really clarify that core soul frequency within yourself. And again, some of this may be connected to the ways in which you reconnect and care for your own physical body. But I'm getting that there is this call to really clarify who you are at a soul level more and more, to radiate more of that authenticity, to allow yourself to be seen in that way by others, and then to allow the universe to attract back to you those souls who share a similar core soul frequency. Because so often what happens in the world is we are artificially programmed away from our inner authenticity, our core soul frequency. And because of this programming, we actually radiate a signal that is very clouded and isn't really fully aligned with who we really are. And then as a result, we attract we attract back relationships, connections, people that don't really feel aligned with us. But it's so often because we were programmed to not be in full alignment with ourselves. And I see you being one who is breaking free of this collective pattern. You are one who is really learning to stand out and to stand on your own, to be bold in who you are, even if you feel as though you are standing alone. And when you're feeling like you're standing alone, but being truly who you are, the universe is saying here, you won't be alone for long, because there are so many in the world that are like you, and they are going to be drawn to that frequency of authenticity that you are putting out, like a signal, like a radio wave sending out a call into the universe. I'm going to be pulling some cards from the Energy Oracle cards deck here because I heard the word soulmate. So you could be attracting in soulmates, which of course can be platonic or romantic. I saw someone like off in the distance, which symbolically could mean that someone is coming towards you as a soulmate, but hasn't yet fully entered your reality. So I'm going to pull a few cards about this. I'm getting for some of you, you could be a feminine energy listening, and this could be a masculine soulmate, either platonically as a friend, or for many of you, this could be a romantic soulmate coming towards you with an offer as well. But take this as it resonates with you. Yeah, I feel with Goddess of the Moon reversed, this message will only connect with a subset of divine feminines listening here. So only take this if it connects. But I feel I'm speaking to a group of divine feminines who may have been feeling really tired or a bit lost at times recently, feeling a bit disempowered. And I see you attracting some soulmate situation into your life that helps you remember who you are. And my guides are showing me like a few months here. So I feel that this person may be someone that you've met recently or someone who will be entering your physical life within a few months. This could be a platonic or a romantic situation for you. But I almost see this person spiritually pulling you back into your true power or helping you to remember who you really are. Also, with the root chakra in the upright position, I feel that the person I'm connecting with here also helps you to really feel more reconnected in the physical world and to the present moment and even to yourself physically. I'm hearing that someone I'm connecting with here may have felt really ungrounded recently because you might be very focused on your spiritual work, on your inner work, but at times you might feel really disconnected from the physical material world. And I see that whatever soulmate situation I'm channeling here, again, regardless of whether it's platonic or romantic, I see this person helping you to get out of your head a bit and to feel more grounded, more present with yourself in the moment, physically with your body as well. So I don't know who I'm speaking to here. I heard the name Nathan for someone, if that resonates with anyone. I also see that for whoever I'm speaking to here, with the third eye chakra in the reverse position, you are going to have difficulty seeing out into the future of this connection. Although this person is going to feel, or again, I keep speaking future tense, but this could actually be someone you've already met. This does feel like a fairly new connection if it is someone you've already met. But I see that you are going to be intuitively blocked from knowing the outcomes with this person. So they are going to feel highly familiar and you are going to feel intensely pulled to them because, again, there is that soulmate bond. But the strange thing about this is you're not going to be able to intuit, to predict how this is going to play out. you're going to feel like your intuition is blocked. And the reason for this is you're not actually supposed to know how things are going to work out with this person, because you are meant to be really living in the moment here in the season. I'm getting with blossoming abundance in the reverse position. I feel that certain things about this person may actually be opposite of what you consider to be characteristics that are quote unquote your type, or that you like in a friend if this is a friendship situation. But keep an open mind, because I do feel that you share some kind of very deep soul bond with this person, and a contract as well, where this person is sent into your life to help you really, again, get back into the present moment, care for yourself more profoundly, feel your own self-love more deeply, and reconnect more with your physical body and with the physical world as well. And there's also something about flowers. So this person might give you flowers, but also I'm seeing the image of a sunflower, which of course, sunflowers turn towards the sun. And I see that your guides here in that kind of metaphoric image are reminding you to stay turned towards the sun, to follow the energy of this situation, to stay in flow state, and to focus on the positive aspects and elements of yourself, the situation, your life, as best you can, for it to unfold in the highest, most aligned way possible. So in the extended version of the reading, I'm going to be channeling more messages about this soulmate situation that some divine feminine here is calling in. Again, this could be someone you've already met recently, or someone coming into your life soon. This also could be a platonic or romantic situation, although this person does carry a masculine energy. So I feel for most of you, this will be a masculine presence, which of course isn't necessarily tied to gender. But you get what I mean. So I'm reshuffling the cards here, but if you would like to continue on with me in the extended and receive more messages about this soulmate situation you are calling in, and any messages this person's higher self might actually be wanting to communicate to you at this time, regardless of whether you've met or not, because your higher selves are already very connected, I will be channeling that information in the extended, which is linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. Okay, so I am going to be reshuffling the cards here. And I have been feeling this message, this kind of download come through. Even prior to starting this recording, I got this message this morning, and I want to share it with the collective and also channel a little bit further into it using tarot here as a tool. So the message was that at this time, your spirit guides are assisting you in forging a more conscious connection with your highest vibrational timeline and the highest vibrational version of yourself that is now existing on this timeline. Of course, this is kind of a complex topic for our physical human mind to wrap itself around, this idea that time doesn't really exist, that really we are living in essentially different dimensions of reality based on our vibration. So when we vibrate at a certain frequency, it dictates the reality that we are then living in, which dictates the timeline we are on. And reality itself is really layered, overlaid with all of these different timelines. And when we take this so-called elevator up to a higher version of ourselves through raising our frequency, raising our vibration, our perspective, experiencing this energy shift, what actually happens is we alter the future trajectory for ourselves, our lives, and our situation in life can begin to transform positively very fast. But as a result of this energy shift, this shift in our vibration, and so I was almost getting this visual of your higher self making a phone call to you and sharing with you details about how this higher version of yourself is living their life, how they are interacting, how they are presenting themselves, how they are communicating with others, how they are working, how they are speaking. Now, these so-called hints or phone calls from your higher version of self might be subconscious. So you might notice yourself starting to be inspired to do something differently in your life, or even things that seem unrelated to what you consider to be your life purpose. It might be the way you structure your time, your day, what you are doing on the weekends, who you are speaking to, how you are speaking to them. But really pay attention to the ways that you are inspired, even if it feels very unconscious and you're not really sure where the inspiration is coming from or why. Because as you hold that picture of the person that you want to be, how you want to show up and live in the world, you are going to find yourself inspired to little shifts and actions and daily rituals, routines that are aligned with the version of yourself that is already living in and enjoying that reality you desire to experience. You are going to begin to embody that more and more. And I instantly heard a voice say, it's because you are ready for it. So I'm going to channel a few more messages. I feel whoever I'm speaking to here, you've done the healing work on yourself, or a great deal of inner work within yourself. You've really transmuted a lot of your shadows. You are carrying a lot of light in your being. And it's almost as though your physical body even is carrying all this energy. This might even show up as feeling tension at times in your muscles, in your body, because there's all this pent up energy that wants to lift you up, that wants to go somewhere. So you might be feeling restless at times. You might be having trouble falling asleep or waking up in the middle of the night. Again, you could feel this as muscular bodily tension. And although some of these signs and symptoms physically may appear as something negative, keep in mind that this could just be a sign that you are carrying more light and therefore more energy in your being, and you are now ready to rise into a higher level of existence, so to speak. Which, with financial constraints reversed, I'm also seeing is a more abundant version of yourself. So regardless of how abundant you might feel at the present moment, even if you've already attracted a great deal of abundant energy or experiences, an abundance of joy, positivity, connection, whatever the case is, or if you've not attracted these things, regardless, I see that this next level is even more abundant, but that word also simultaneously felt like free, open, because of course, abundance is equivalent energy to openness, to total freedom. I heard nomad and traveling. So you might be someone who really desires to travel, and that might be something that your higher version of self is already doing. With community in the reverse position, though, I also see, once again, we keep getting these cards indicating loneliness. So while you are being really inspired to this higher version of yourself at this time, you might also be feeling more lonely than you have been in the past, which is really confirmed by the Hermit card in the reverse position. You may feel as though you are over-isolating yourself, but having difficulty attracting in like-minded individuals. And I heard a voice say it's because the like-minded souls aren't on this timeline. They're on the timeline you are rising to. You also might be seeing the number 999. And we have the card 3 of Coins in the upright position. And this is really interesting because this can actually speak to collaboration, but also someone who is in the process of, I wanted to say training, or almost like apprenticeship, like you are learning for something, training for something. Now, this might be very relevant to a literal work opportunity or business endeavor or something in your life that you are studying for, whether it's self-study or some kind of a course or training program. But this equally could be speaking to a training of the soul. It's almost like I'm hearing you're about to graduate. It's like you've been through this training program on planet Earth that has been very intense. You've gone through this massive spiritual awakening. You have shifted your vibration in such a way that you are carrying a great deal of light and energy and ready to rise onto this higher timeline. But what you are learning is this card, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. It's almost like your final study module at this level, the final lesson at this level before you're capable of shifting up to the next level, the next timeline, however you want to think of it, is that you now carry this very powerful, very rare energy. And because of this, fewer people are going to be able to resonate with you, to understand you, because with the great divide happening on the planet, as some of us are beginning to shift more into these higher vibrational states, these higher levels of consciousness, whereas others are choosing to remain in a less awakened state of being, and therefore a lower vibrational state, because most of our communication isn't actually verbal, it's energetic. What happens is when you are existing in these higher vibrational frequencies, having a conversation with someone who is existing at a different vibration, you might find that even when you are speaking words to each other, you may feel as though you aren't really able to understand or hear one another. So when they speak, you might find yourself tuning out or not being able to listen, even though you tend to be a very good listener. And it might be frustrating because you can't seem to grasp their words or what they're saying. Or when you do hear them, at times they feel like you've misunderstood them. And the reverse is also true. So you might feel as though this person you're speaking to at this different vibrational level isn't really hearing or comprehending what you're trying to say, even if the subjects you're discussing aren't necessarily spiritual topics, so to speak. They might be talking about anything. For some reason, I'm seeing a dog, so someone might have a dog here. But they could be discussions about anything, and it feels like you just aren't fully communicating, like there's this disconnect. And again, that is because most of our communication is energetic in nature. So when you are existing at essentially a different energetic plane, although we are walking the same earth, we are not living in the same existence or in the same planes of reality. And so this can make it really complicated, especially when you're communicating with people that you are always going to be connected to in the physical. For example, this could be longtime friends, family members, people that you're always going to have a connection with and you desire to have a connection with, but who are existing at very different vibrational frequencies and therefore planes of existence. And therefore it can be really challenging to communicate yourself and to be communicated to by these people. So this is a really interesting dynamic, and it's part of this new earth that we are here creating, carving out, being the path forgers. And again, that card, "You're Not for Everyone," is reminding you that you will continue to attract people who get you, who are at your frequency, who understand you, but that there are only a rare few of these people on the planet. I wanted to say that 144,000 number because, of course, that represents the fact that there are, compared to collective consciousness, a relatively few number of souls who choose to be on the forefront of carving out this path forward for the collective. And you are one of those few. And there are others like you, and you will begin attracting them more and more. But it does feel like for many of you at present, there is this growing divide between where you are existing and how you are thinking and living, and some of the people around you and how they are choosing to exist and to live. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more messages. I just saw the number 444 for someone as well. I will be channeling more messages from your spirit guides, from your higher self, whatever divine forces you connect with, about this growing divide in collective consciousness and what you need to know about this new level of vibration that you are rising into, how this could be affecting your interactions, your life, any other spirit guide messages that want to come through about that. So the link to the extended with those additional messages, of course, is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. Okay, so I can tell there is a big message coming through right here at the end of the reading. We have man holding a heart upranked, which of course speaks to an open-hearted masculine energy coming towards a divine feminine here. But then we also have magician and the mirror in the reverse position. And this is one of my 2 twin flame cards in the deck. So for some of you listening, there could be a twin flame situation at play here. I'm hearing for someone, this may be a twin flame situation, but maybe you've been disconnected for a while or not communicated in the physical world for some time, but that will only be for a few people here. For others of you, there may be a greater level of communication with this person. Wow, and I'm hearing for anyone who's had low levels of 3D communication with their twin flame, now I see why that message about the divide was coming through. Because what I'm hearing is your twin flame, for whoever I'm speaking to here, this group of people, your twin flame may have actually been still at this different level of existence while you were rising to this higher vibrational state. So it's like, although you remained soul connected, you almost were temporarily living in different planes of existence, with them still living in this lower vibrational existence and you beginning to rise onto this higher timeline. But if that's the case, know that your souls are tethered, and I'm hearing one always pulls up the other, or you're always connected. There's always a kind of following of energy here, even if it feels like there's a lag. When you hold the space for this person by remaining on that higher vibrational timeline and calling them to that higher version of their own self by holding that frequency, holding that higher standard of vibration, you actually are energetically holding space for their healing. You are allowing them or catalyzing them to rise in a sense. And that's part of the soul contract that you share with this person as twin flames, for whoever I'm speaking to here. I see that with success reversed and health in the upright position. With the success card reversed, it may have felt as though you failed with this person, or this person might be feeling like they failed. Something feels to the conscious mind like it's very challenging, or even the word impossible came out here. So someone might be really feeling like this is impossible. I'm hearing, I don't know what to do here, so I'm just going to focus on myself. Specifically, someone here could have chosen to really begin focusing on their own physical health, wellness, fitness, something along those lines. Which, by the way, for whoever I'm speaking to there, it might look like you're focusing on these physical surface level things to other people, but actually you are learning to shift energy through your physical body, through whatever you're doing, whether it's the foods you're eating, the movements that you're making, the exercise that you might be doing. Again, just for that group of people I'm speaking to there, this is actually a profound form of energy transmutation work that you are doing in your physical being, your physical vessel. But anyway, I see this shift into self-focus because there's a feeling as though there was some kind of a failure with this person or a hopelessness about this situation. And yet here we have the man holding a heart in the upright position, which really speaks to a fully healed, open, awakened, masculine energy with a very open heart. And I'm hearing open voice speaking very openly about how they feel about you, coming towards you, very focused on you. Something about the eyes is really standing out here. Like this person is just staring at you, looking at you, whether that's literal, like they can't stop looking at you physically, or whether it's symbolic that they are just energetically very much fixated on you. But we have the Empress in the reverse position. So I see that the past version of this situation, these could be two people for some. This has been a kind of evolving story here that has been coming through the readings, where there's a situation where it feels like an end point or a failure with a twin flame. And then as you, Divine Feminine, choose to reclaim your power, because I see with Empress reversed, the unhealed version of this person or situation may have caused you to feel specifically insecure. That word insecurity is really coming out here, which catalyzed you, pushed you inward to find that security, to find that stability within yourself, which represents the integration of your inner divine masculine energy, which really balanced you out and has created this kind of magnetic energy around you. But what I see now is that in that balanced state, this open-hearted masculine is coming towards you that could be either the healed version of this same person, this twin flame, or for some of you, this will be a new person. This could be someone you've recently met. It could even be that soulmate that came out in the beginning of the reading for some of you as well. So take this as it resonates. And of course, in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more messages about this potential twin flame situation for some of you that was unbalanced in the past, this open-hearted masculine that is coming towards you at this time, and any messages he might want to deliver to you, how he is consciously thinking and feeling at this time. So the link to those extended messages is in the pinned comment and description box. To close this reading, I have one final message from the Rumi Oracle. And the card to come out here is the Cloak of Christ. I heard something about the month of March, so that might be someone's birthday here or some kind of significant time in your connection. And the guidebook says, in the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the king's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, you are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged inside and out, and you are succumbing to struggle that is not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of heart, mind, body, and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging malaise or anxiety that you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace here and now that it may be overcome. Remember, your reactions are a symptom of your exhaustion and a sign that you need respite, sanctuary, restoration. They are not a sign that something must be done, so much as a sign that something must be received, allowed, that something is healing, made possible through divine protection. That feels like a beautiful message to close this reading. The extended version of the reading will now be channeled over in our beautiful soul tribe on Patreon. So if you do feel guided to join me over there, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. Otherwise, I am wishing you a beautiful, magical rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in Friday's reading.